Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days, welcome to this week's Raw review, and we've got loads to talk about. I just want to do some shout outs first. Alfie Plays, Jacko180, Russell Johnson, and of course his dog Charge, who I'm sure is charging around, having a great time wherever he is. GNS WWE and Sunny HD as well. So to all of you guys and Charge the dog and everyone that's watching this, just a big thank you, big shout out. Like to start my reviews that way because I really appreciate the support. Right, let's go into Raw. It was a good start, but really this was full of matches that had little to no consequence. There was a few kind of promos that were really wide of the mark. The whole old day thing I just thought was horrific. I loathed it. I really didn't enjoy that at all. Couple of good moments. The Sasha retirement tease is just incredible. And like the main event match I thought was really strong, but we'll go through it all. I thought the in-ring stuff, the celebration, I thought was really cool. The promo from KO was really cool. Seth interrupting, getting suspended, then getting unsuspended, then getting a title match. There was a lot that was kind of happening. That celebration opening bit didn't feel like it went on too long. It was good. I was into this bit, apart from that kind of, you're still the girl with I thought I was watching Casablanca at one point. It was like, you're still the girl with the shy smile. It was all emotional, and that bit was OTT, but I thought the rest of it was pretty good. What I really liked though was Foley standing up to Steph, because I don't want Foley to just get steamrolled by her. You know, she could throw her weight around because of the power she has, but he keeps standing up to her, and he needs to stand his ground. It was just nice to see that in a few parts of this opening segment. Really liked the backstage bit with Jericho, where, you know, he starts having a go at Foley because Foley's made that Seth against KO match at Clash of Champions. Jericho saying that Mick has disrespected Kevin Owens, who is not only his friend but the longest reigning Universal Champion of all time, which KO goes, it's true, it's 7 days now, which I just thought was absolutely brilliant. It's those little moments that really make the show for me. Next we get Bayley against Charlotte, with Dana taking notes. A really good storytelling match this was, what with Charlotte working on Bayley's knee, kind of softening it up, getting ready for the figure eight. She doesn't get a chance to apply it because Bayley throws Charlotte into Dana. Bayley to belly, 1, 2, 3, bit of an upset. You know, Charlotte is the champion, and a massive win for Bayley, really big win for Bayley. The only issue is that obviously we find out later that it's going to be Sasha against Charlotte, so I'm not sure where this leaves Bayley. Maybe there'll be a bit more talk, maybe that'll become a triple threat. Could become a fatal four-way if Dana gets involved as well. So I think there's more to be told with that whole story. Intriguing. Charlotte says she was embarrassed by the Sesame Street Kid next in a backstage segment, and slaps Dana, like really gives her a big wallop. You know, I thought it was them splitting up, but again later in the show, what with Dana coming out saying that she's going to show Charlotte that she can, you know, do it, she can beat someone. By going after Sasha, it kind of shows that they haven't parted ways, or at least Dana hasn't parted ways with Charlotte. Bo Dallas next against Carl Roberts. Don't you know you reap what you sow? Bo leave in Bo. It's just awful, isn't it? It's awful. It's as if like a 5-year-old has written that. They've gone back to the Bo character, but they've given it a bit of an annoying twist. And I didn't even know they could make it more annoying, but they found a way. And now he comes out with this kind of placard thing that he walks around the ring with, Bo leaving Bo. I mean, like, he was a bit more aggressive in the ring. There was some nice knee strikes from him, but jeez, I can't praise him and this gimmick because he did a few knee strikes. It's rubbish. KO backstage saying that his suit cost him $750, which I really enjoyed because I'm 99% sure that's how much Jericho was saying his scarf cost at some point earlier this year, last year. $750 just resonated with me. There must be a reason why that was thrown in, and I'm sure it's for that reason. I'm sure that's how much Jericho once claimed his scarf was worth. Next we get Seth against Jericho, and I really enjoyed it. It was hard hitting, angry Seth Rollins, brilliant. He finally looked dominant in the early mid stages of this match. Really good counters by Jericho, walls, but it was a pedigree victory for Seth. You know, the commentary team even said, is that a statement? Well, that is a statement, but is that to Triple H? Is that to Stephanie? Is that to Kevin Owens? Is it to everybody? So, yeah, you know, I enjoyed it. And at this point, I've put a solid Raw. It's just that the matches lack meaning. That was my kind of review up to this point. And then it started to go downhill. Sheamus against Cesaro, 3-0 to Sheamus now. It could be 4-0 tomorrow because they fight in London. There's like a house show, I think it's at the O2. It was meant to be a network special, but it didn't happen for whatever reason, didn't come to pass. And now it's just this weird house show thing that's pretty random. As a result, I've not gone, but they announced that the 4th match in that series is going to be occurring at London. I don't care, to tell the truth. I'm fairly sure Cesaro is going to win unless he needs time off. I mean, Cesaro at this point is more tape than human being. Every time I see him, he's got more of that is it Rocksteady? I'm not sure, whatever the tape is, but he's got more and more of it on his body, and literally it's the only thing holding him together. I will definitely be interested to see which way it went. I'm not going to care about the match. Shining Stars next, interrupted by Enzo and Big Cass. It was a match basically. Shining Stars just cutting a normal rubbish promo, and then Enzo comes out and cuts a rubbish promo as well. I can't sit here and defend Enzo Amore if he's going to come out with rubbish and this giving birth to a baby thing and then, you know, giving it to the crowd, and it was rubbish. I wasn't entertained in the slightest. I wasn't even intrigued as to where they were going with it. It was rubbish. I am not calling on Enzo and Big Cass, but they're not my favourites anymore. In NXT, down in NXT, they used to be some of the first names I would say. And they still have the ability to cut great promos and do it in the ring, but I don't know. They're missing as much as they're hitting for me, and it's a bit of a concern. And also then they went and lost the match. Confusion as to who the legal man was, and the Shining Stars pick up an upset victory. Not sure what they're kind of doing with that. We'll have to see if it leads anywhere. I'd be surprised if it did. Next up, backstage segment with Kevin Owens, and he was with Sami Zayn, telling Sami that their war wasn't over, but the race was. He was now the WWE Universal Champion, and he achieved that before Sami Zayn. Sami was saying the race is far from over, and when he wins the Universal Championship, he won't need Triple H's help. The backstage promos with Kevin Owens were brilliant, and in fact Kevin Owens was brilliant all throughout this show. Next up we get Nia Jax against Ann Espirito. Not a total squash, Espirito getting a sleeper hold on Nia Jax, but it was for all of a minute, and then Nia Jax does destroy her. Gallows and Anderson introducing Old Day. I really don't want to talk about this for longer than I have to, and I don't have to. It was rubbish. New Day came out, they weren't much better. There's then a showdown between New Day and Old Day. Oh my god, it's Jinder Mahal against Darren Young. Titus O'Neil on commentary. Corey Graves said to Titus that Byron had said something about him, and so they were talking about that. Michael Cole rightfully says, we're not here to talk about this, your problem is with Darren Young in the ring. Tried to get the action back on what they were meant to be talking about. But there was no spot calling. This match might as well as not been happening. Might as well have just been Darren Young and Jinder Mahal stood staring at each other in the ring, because the commentary team wouldn't have told us anything different. They were talking about other things. And then Titus goes down, there's a bit of a beat down. It's just not doing it. This feud isn't doing it. You know, Darren Young needs to be on to bigger and better things. Next up, backstage promo from Alicia Fox. It was absolutely brilliant, really passionate, really focused, sticking up for a friend that had just got steamrolled by Nia Jax. And then she went like crazy, started throwing stuff around, which is absolutely fine. But when someone hit Nia in the face, Alicia Fox went, oh. And there was this second where it's like, that wasn't meant to happen. I'm really sorry, I didn't know. But it was being done live. So she kind of stopped herself from going any further than that, and, you know, started ranting and raving and everything. But you could tell that that was a moment that had gone a little wrong. I'm sure it's not an issue. I think she hit her in the face with like a tissue box or something. I'm sure Nia's absolutely fine, but it just, it was such a shame because it was really good. And then she does that and goes, yeah, I meant that. It's just, that kind of summed up the show. After that, we got Braun Strowman against Sin Cara. Sin Cara saying that after he saw that Lucha mask being ripped off Americo last week, he knew he needed to defend the Lucha honor. He comes out. Wasn't a total squash. You know, he gets a drop kick in before Braun like really does start working on him. Shoulder charge, clothesline. The action spills to the outside. It's a count-out victory for Braun Strowman, who continues beating him down after. Not sure if they're going to take this to a pay-per-view. It doesn't really matter. Strowman's going to destroy whoever gets in his way, I should imagine, for the rest of the year. I should imagine until WrestleMania, and they'll give him someone decent at WrestleMania. I'm into Strowman. You know, he's not technically brilliant, but he's definitely got the look. He's definitely someone that I can believe is, you know, the next Brock Lesnar. But he's really, I hope that he's working a lot behind the scenes on his wrestling, because you know, he's a big, imposing guy. I just want him to have better strikes, and I want him to be able to do, in all fairness, as long as he can do a German, then he's as good as Brock Lesnar is at the moment. Next, Sasha with that fantastic retirement tease. Proper, I was watching it thinking, she's retiring. She's retiring. She's on the verge of tears, and she keeps talking about, you know, how like she's had bad news and the women's revolution, and they did it, and they got rid of that rubbish. I think she said that awful or rubbish butterfly belt. Yes, it was rubbish. Yeah, it was great. And then Dana came down. Banks statement. And Sasha goes, look, the bad news I've got is for Charlotte. Tell her I'll see her at Clash of Champions. Brilliant. Proper swerve to me. I mean, I've put up my reaction video to it, so check it out if you've not seen it yet. I'll put a link in the description below, but I didn't see that coming. I didn't think she'd be back that soon, actually. Although saying that, Clash of Champions still a few weeks away, isn't it? So, don't know. But yeah, I honestly thought she was done. It was a great job. Great job. And then we were on to the main event, KO against Sami. Sami Zayn injured. Lots of nice spots in this. Decent length match. But basically a powerbomb victory for Kevin Owens. Reigns comes out. Foley comes out. And the match is made for next week. KO against Reigns. If Reigns wins, he's added to the Clash of Champions main event. He won't. Rusev will interfere. I'm 99% sure of that. And it'll be Reigns against Rusev again at Clash of Champions. And it'll just be a singles match with Seth against KO for the Universal title. So yeah, it was good up until, I'd say, a third of the way through. And then there was little to nothing after that I enjoyed, apart from the Sasha retirement tease, which was wicked, the start of the Alicia Fox promo, which then went really weird, and the main event. But everything else you can keep. This wasn't the greatest week for Raw. So yeah, you know, onwards we go. Obviously SmackDown tonight, which I'll get reviewed, which I'm really looking forward to. But the big thing I'm looking forward to this week, and I've got to mention it on a video because I haven't mentioned it yet, the last Battle of Atlanta. Now, there is a new collection going onto the network, right? And it's Lost Gems, I believe it's called. And it's got a match from 1951. If you remember, I reviewed the oldest show on the network recently, and I think that went back to about 1973, I seem to recall. It might even have been later than that in the same. It's definitely 70s. I can't remember. I think it was 73. But there's a match that's going to go on today from 1951. Also in this collection is the last Battle of Atlanta. Now, that is a battle between Tommy Rich and Buzz Sawyer. And I've heard about it. I don't really know anything about it, if I'm telling the truth, other than it was one of the greatest feuds. I heard it was a fantastic feud, and that's about all I know. Reading a bit more about it, it was a feud that went on for 2 years between these guys in the early 80s, and it culminated in 1983 in a match, right? A final match. And what they did was they had a cage, right? Which they had cage matches back then, but this one had a roof that hadn't been seen before. And not only that, they then had another cage on the roof, and they put Paul Ellering, the current manager of the Authors of Pain. He was the manager, I think, of Buzz at the time. They put him in that smaller cage so that he couldn't interfere, and it was just an absolute horrific battle with blood, and it was the match to end all matches. I've heard bits about it. This is like rare, you know, people have spoken about it. There's never been any footage of it. There's just been a few pictures of it. WWE have found the match, and it goes on the network today. So watch this space, because the second it goes on, I'm keeping an eye out for it. The second it goes on, I'm going to watch it. I might do a reaction video. Depends, I don't know. I'll definitely be doing review though. So that'll be up later today. Well, hopefully later today, because I'm really excited. I'm more excited about that than I am about anything else in wrestling this week. So yeah, hopefully today, last Battle of Atlanta. Awesome. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Really do appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, I really would appreciate it if you could. If you like the video, please give it a like. And hopefully I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.